Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. Just wanted to bring up the issue around the program Live PD, which is, from what we understand, is now about to enter a new season. And I just wanted to share with you my experience outside of our state of California, in Tucson, Arizona, Boone, North Carolina. It's beautiful, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Don't know if you know it, but it's where Thomas Jefferson had land out there at one point, and Brooklyn, New York. These were all places I got to visit within the last few months, and every place I went, every time they asked me, so where are you from? Salinas? Oh, Live PD? And again, did it happen in North Carolina? It happened in New York City. These three places. And the conversation went to what they saw and what they thought of our community. And this is something that I wasn't prepared to defend. I don't have anything to defend why that program is being presented, or why Salinas is the only city in this state that agreed to having this kind of profile on our neighborhood, on our community. We have enough champions. We have enough like star athletes, academics, change makers that are doing some really incredible work. And we don't get to see their story featured on a national level. So I'm hoping that this topic can be considered, and hopefully we don't have to. I don't have to go leave out of state the next time, and then somebody remind me or tell me that, yeah, hey, Live PD. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. My name is Alexis Magdaleno. I work for an organization called Milpa. I'm from Soledad, but I work here in Salinas. I studied here in Salinas, and a majority of my time I spend it here in Salinas. I sleep in Soledad. It's unfortunate. I'm here to speak about the Live PD program. My recommendation is that y'all don't continue to support this program and this partnership with Live PD for a variety of different reasons, right? I don't think it's for community relationships. I don't think it's a good tool to highlight all of our socio-economic problems in our community, to highlight the poverty, to highlight the homelessness, the mental illness, the drug abuse, the drug using, right, in our community. Our community has changed a lot in the past 2-3 years, and but yet we continue to highlight and brand Salinas as a place of high violence and high crime. We're, I think, 2-3 murders in Salinas this year, and I think we should be highlighting the success of Salinas and the good things that are happening here. Just as like Chago said, there's a lot of beautiful things here in Salinas, but we're putting ourselves on a national level and branding ourselves and telling people, hey, look at our crime, look at our crime. And I don't think that's necessarily a good representation of Salinas. Yeah, and so I hope that you can continue to, or not support this, and continue to highlight positive things in Salinas instead of looking at the negative. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joe Garcia. I was born and raised in Greenfield, but like most South County residents, I spend most of my time in Salinas for school and work. For most of my life, Salinas was described as a hotbed for crime and violence. This narrative was reinforced with catchy headlines on like the youth homicide rate and sensationalized stories about crime on the east side. It wouldn't be until I would begin spending most of my time in Salinas and participating in community work with Milpa that my perspective of Salinas shifted. This is a strong community with so much more to offer than what's expressed in the media. Live PD, like other reality shows, distorts the image of Salinas by focusing on criminality for the sake of entertainment and views. These views bring profits to the A&E network, but I fail to see how they benefit Salinas in any meaningful way. Allowing the show to operate in Salinas exploits your residents and does not respect their rights to privacy or their concerns regarding law enforcement, as the show contributes to the whole good cops, bad criminals frame. Live PD is not the answer to police transparency or to improving police-community relations in the city. It's a reality show meant to be entertaining. I do not understand why you would want to put your community's struggles with homelessness, drugs, mental illness, poverty, domestic violence, and gun violence on live national television for other people to gawk at. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Shawn Capps, and I would like to comment on Live PD. And Live PD would not be here if our crime rate was down. And I appreciate what the police department has done, but I think as a community, we need to come together. And we need to try to figure out how to make this happen better, because I feel like we're divided, and we need to try to figure that out as a community. They're not going to, Live PD will not be here if they don't have a reason to be here. That's all.
Hello, my name is Alexis Casas, and I'm a Hartnell College student. I'm also representative of Bactune 12, and I am originally from Castroville, California. I've lived there for a good amount of my life, but I moved to Salinas at a very primal time in my life. I've always been a United Farm Workers advocate. I've always been a volunteer. I've always been for the people, and I just want to say that I'm against Live PD access to Salinas. I don't think it's a great idea. I don't think it's a great representation of our community, and I just want to know why those issues are exposed, and maybe why other issues aren't exposed, like what's going on with our housing. Like, why isn't that exposed? Why isn't that part of our community shown so that we can fix that area as well? I want to ask how that's helping fighting our crime, and if that's effective, has it proved effectiveness? And also, I just don't think it's a great idea, and I hope that you can see my points and maybe look into that as well.
Hello, good evening. I'm just here today before you to also touch on the Live PD. Kind of just to echo what a few of the folks here had said about it. And just thinking about it, and it is national, right? And seeing it does highlight all the, crime and poverty and a lot of the issues that are here within the community. But also too, like Chago had said, I know people too that are not from this area. So when they do mention, from Salinas area, and they do it's kind of crazy because they do mention the Live PD. Unfortunately, all of the episodes, majority of the episodes that I have seen have, the interactions just weren't very positive. They weren't very, helpful in interacting with the community, right? So I don't know how that strengthens communities' relationships. I heard this for transparency reasons, but I just don't see the benefit from this. And yeah, it's just giving Salinas a bad name, and just giving reason more for those people to say, it is. Oh yeah, I already knew it was already like that. Already been knowing that it's like that. So I just want to put that out there and just hit that from my perspective. Thank you.
Mayor, council members, Matt Huerta, resident of Salinas. I wanted to continue bringing the attention to the issue of the Live PD show. I had a lot of concerns about it when it first came up last summer. There were several community residents and leaders that had issue with it. It was pretty much on the tracks already and just happened. And you know what? We get busy, and we're like, we'll see how it goes. It's been a year, and you know what? I don't think we're any better for it. In fact, I think we have a big target on our backs. And if you don't believe me, look at some of the content that is on the Live PD websites that come in. I posted it just a few hours ago, and I was astonished about how terrible they are. And you know what? Maybe if we were just fun and games and just trying to have lighthearted fun about it, maybe it'd be okay. But guess what? We are a community across this country that is under siege these days. I don't care about your political beliefs. There are raids happening. There are people suffering. There are people being targeted because of who they are and what they look like. These are real issues in our community. This show does not help. It needs to go away.